it's your homie C-Rod, and in today's video, I'm gonna be going over a question of, do you think DBS card game is moving way too fast? This is a question that was given to me by Rat Bastard on Twitter, and I have the Twitter message right here. And to answer your question, I honestly feel that Dragon Ball Super card game is moving at a decent pace. What is moving fast, in my opinion, definitely is the amount of new cards and new sets that are released. I feel they release booster packs and booster boxes and new sets relatively quickly. Like, you buy the newest booster box and then you have to buy the next booster box because they're moving pretty fast in that aspect. But in the aspect of the gameplay, which is what I think that Rat Bastard was asking, and he's pretty much saying there is a whole slew of free play cards that easily enable decks like Vegeks and counterplays like Charismatic Villain and Vegeta Prideful Transformation to come out, and that makes the game too fast. And to answer that, well, let's take a look at Vegeks. So we have Vegeks right here, and this is a very powerful deck. It's a starter deck, and I actually think that this starter deck might go up and up in price, and it's going to be very difficult to get in the future. So if you find some of these, I would just get some and put them in your shelf as a collection. But this deck really does abuse the free play cards, and according to Rat Bastard that hit me up on Twitter, he asks if I think the game is moving too fast. And this deck definitely abuses all the free play cards. And Vegeks is pretty darn quick, but honestly, it's not as fast as you would think. Well, at least not anymore after they they semi-limited the Trunks card. But to make it in a nutshell, I don't think the game is fast even when they keep releasing cards that come out for free. There's a lot of cards out there that come out for free, but if you are a very experienced player and you know what you're doing, you're going to be able to outplay your opponent. And honestly, most games go to like turn 5, the latest. Turn 6 is getting really late, and 5 turns in Dragon Ball Super card game equates to like almost an hour of gameplay. Like, you're playing a good amount of time if you go to turn 5. There's decks out there like the Gohan Triple Strike that kill you turn 2, turn 3. But that deck is now banned in best of 1 format, so you're not going to be able to finish your opponent off with 2 turns that easily with the decks out. What is going fast is the amount of sets and the amount of boxes that are being released. And the problem is, right now, in the situation we are in with the whole pandemic, it's very, very, very difficult to keep buying all these new boxes, especially with those that are suffering financial circumstances because of their ability to work and things like that. It is moving too fast in that aspect. But what we do need, and yet again I keep saying it, we need an online client. There was another comment in the YouTube that said, what do I think about having an online client? And I think having an online client will be amazing to be able to have people to play the game at their own expense and be able to, stay up to date with all the newest cards. Obviously, I don't know how Bandai would create a game like this. I don't know if they'll go in the route of Duel Links or they would go in the route of a full-on flesh game that works exactly how the card game works in real life. But whatever the case is, I feel we do need a video game. Just think about it. If we had a game for, I don't know, maybe the Nintendo Switch, where you could take it everywhere and then you could just pop your Switch out and play with your buddy at your local card shop, that would be amazing. You know, if you happen to get a buy at a tournament, you could take out your Switch, somebody else got a buy, you could battle them and have an awesome Dragon Ball Super card game experience. And obviously, we got online play. And I really don't think that the game is going too fast. If we had an online client, would the game be fast online? I don't think so. I still think a match would be like 35 to 40 minutes, even in an online simulated, client. But my opinion on the game going too fast in terms of gameplay and people playing the game, I don't think it's fast. It was fast at a time where Mecha Frieza was alive. And I do know Mecha Frieza is coming back, guys. And we do not want a broken Mecha Frieza. Well, at least I don't. Hit it up in the comment section below if you want one of those Mecha Frieza type of decks or the Hirudegarn type of decks. So as you guys can see, we got Mecha Frieza right here. And this is actually the new errata version. It's not an errata. It's the actual new remastered version Frieza right here. And let's just have a little throwback on how powerful this guy used to be. And the old version made you actually just activate any extra card by just taking a life, and it wasn't once per turn. So if you drew into 4 extra cards, you could activate all of them, take a life, take a life, take a life, abuse the extra cards. You were able to use cards like Objection. Remember that? And you were able to just abuse your energy and overtake the game in around 2 to 3 turns, and your opponent was pretty much unable to do anything. Now that is fast. There were also decks like Hirudegarn and the Hirudegarn Storm deck, and now that deck was extremely fast. You would kill your opponent turn 2 guaranteed, and your opponent was just sitting there getting whooped. And these decks were considered really fast, even though they took like an hour for one turn. They were fast. Now, what isn't fast is the gameplay right now. The gameplay right now, even with the newest cards, because I have played the newest cards already. I've been playing it on the website called Untap, which is an online client that's not official, but you could play Dragon Ball Super card game, and it has a decent amount of people actually online all the time, where you could get your Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super card game gameplay there. You could have games and actually have a good time. And from my experience, games are relatively long and they're not too fast, even with all the free play counterplay cards like Frieza's Charismatic Villain and cards that just come out for free. It's very difficult to really kill your opponent super duper fast in 2 turns. The games usually go to turn 5, turn 4, turn 6 the latest. And hopefully, Rat Bastard, I was able to answer your question on Twitter if I think that Dragon Ball Super card game is moving too fast. I do think it's moving relatively fast in the amount of product and the amount of skills and new abilities that come out. And for a new player like Laache, if you guys haven't watched my video where I have my friend Laache that hasn't played since set 5, where he actually discusses his opinion, and I think the game is moving a little too quickly for new players. But if you're a veteran and you keep up with our videos and Dragon Ball Super in general, even through these hard times, you're going to be able to keep up, and it's not going to feel too fast. What was fast, I will say, was the old Mecha Frieza, old Hirudegarn, old Super Shenron. Those were insanely fast. But that's gonna be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys like this video. Just a quick discussion answering one of the super players' questions. Feel free to tweet at me anything you guys want to see, any other questions that you guys want answered about Dragon Ball Super card game, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram and all the other online shenanigans that exist. So hopefully you guys liked it, and like what we say, y'all stay super. I got no shame, you love my flow. I'll take your life away like Piccolo. I'm number one, no in betweens. Always pull up with my Android 18. Rolling